Hello, and today I am going to get back into kit bashing some mechs in VR. So, got the Quest 2 with the link cable so that we can play around in Oculus Medium. And let's just get started, and I'll kind of explain how I have things set up here. So first things first, I have this 3D scan of a bulldozer that I then chopped different pieces off of. As you can see, here's the original model, and I cut the cockpit out and took off the treads and different pieces because I want to build off of this to make my, okay, accidentally put this, hide that again. Okay, so I want to build pieces off of this. Downloaded a bunch of Kitbash stamps, just hard surface model, random sci-fi bits. And then I also have some little bit of concept art that I am kind of looking at for reference, kind of get some mechanical shapes. That's the power loader from Alien, as well as some other random images I found on Pinterest. So we're just going to go ahead and get started here. First, before I even get started with these pieces, I want to create a new layer. Doesn't matter the resolution right now. And I just sort of want to get a basic idea of where the legs are going to be and the different forms. This isn't quite even on either side. That's okay. We can try to move our mirror plane a little bit. Is that? That's pretty even. Okay, so let's erase this. Oops. Let's erase that. And let's go back to adding things. Let's make sure we're on the right layer. This layer. And then we have the cockpit layer. We don't need that layer. We don't need that layer. It's not exactly even, but it should be fine. Let's see how I want to maybe like maybe a piece here. Piece kind of coming down like that. Another piece going like that. And we're just blocking out some robot legs at this point. We're not doing anything fancy yet. We're just trying to make sure we get the right shape, proportions. You want to make sure that when you're making mechs that the center, it has a nice, looks like it could stand up. So the feet kind of need to be directly in the center of the top mass. I think it's a little too tall. Maybe something like that. Attach the legs here. Yeah. Should look pretty cool. Maybe a little bit further up. Something like that. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to create a new layer, and this doesn't matter too much, but what we're going to do is we're going to Kitbash on top of it. So we're going to take these, we're going to make it a darker gray color, and we're going to go ahead and try to increase the resolution and make sure that's nice res. That looks good. And then we're going to start putting in pieces. So first things first, what we want to do with our brush is we want to turn on angle snap to about 15 degrees. That way we make sure things are nice and lined up. And we're going to start laying in some pieces. So first off, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to find some other pieces here to start just building the shape from. I'm going to go ahead and put one of these right here. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know what? I'm actually going to go back into this layer and turn it off while I'm building out this section. What else do we have? We have this one. It's pretty cool. And we want to make sure we're on add. This. Okay. Oh, gotta make sure we're on the right layer. Okay. We can't add things to invisible layers. So I want to make sure. Right. Something like that will be cool. Okay. Maybe add something like off the side and make sure we're even. Yeah, we're pretty even. It's not perfect, but it's even enough. Okay. Actually don't like these legs that much, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to make a piece go out like that, and then make this part come down off of that. But we want to make sure it's at the right angle. We'll just build off of that kind of piece. Something like that, and then another one a little bit angled more right here. Sort of get that right here. It's not quite right. Let's see. Let's try to put this right about here. There. That's better. Okay. So let's see what we got to work with in here. Something like this, maybe. We can kind of make some attachment points. Kind of put in just a little bit of a Kitbash detail right here, like kind of like that. Another one behind. Give it like a little bit more of like a attachment to the bulldozer. I also have a bulldozer cockpit right here, but I could never get it to work quite right as using pieces of this. So we're going to kind of just ignore that. We also have one that's the tank kind of treads. And I was thinking maybe tank treads could be like something like that. For this one, for some reason, I'm going to kind of have to not use the angle snap for it, but I think it's something like that. Could be kind of cool. But I don't really like that very much. So we're just going to move on from it. Kind of limited on pieces here. Let's see what we got. Try to put in some cool feet, maybe. I'm gonna make sure that our feet are kind of parallel to that, and we want to turn on our angle snap again. Try to build this thing up. Nope. Nope. That's not great. sections. Something like that is kind of cool. Do you have any sort of cylinders in here? Oh, we got this one. Put that in there like that. Awesome. Okay, and then we'll just start kind of laying in some random pieces. Kind of attach that to the foot. Perfect. I'll put one here, why not? Yeah, that's kind of cool. And just start putting things on. It's not quite the way I want it, but whatever. That's neat. Very neat. Let's add some more little bits to this. Kind of make it a little bit more interesting. Okay. There's a lot of space in here that I can add just random stuff. This is the first time that I'm using this Kitbash kit. So I'm kind of just not used to it and don't know what's in it. So I'm just putting things in. We'll put some of these on the bottom. Cover up some of that ugliness from when I cut the model into pieces. Let's see here. What is this thing? Very important to have mirror on for this and angle snap. I find that it helps tremendously when trying to do these sort of Kitbash robots in Medium. Making sure that everything's sort of at the right angle and makes it kind of cool. And this might be a nice idea to have some of the model underneath showing through. It's kind of a neat idea. Maybe not for that section. We could maybe have something right here, like that. Is that kind of cool? I think that's kind of cool. But you can see very quickly we're getting a robot, you know, a mech, from one of these photogrammetry models. And what we're going to do after we kitbash this is we're going to go back over the surface. We're going to retopologize some of this. And then we're going to use bits of this texture to then paint over these little kitbash sections. And so we can have like kind of a little bit of a cohesive texture. There's not much to this. You could really do it any way you want. Important to have good reference material. Make the shapes look like they logically could fit together. Like this looks like it could move. This looks like it could move. You don't want to be putting things that kind of maybe would restrict it a little bit, or restrict it too much, or just have sections that are not logical. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to kind of look like it would work. And always good to add little bits to see if you see a part that's too flat. Maybe come in there and sort of add a little bit of detailing. There's so much creativity and fun, and just by rotating stamps, you can really make a lot of very interesting shapes very quickly in Medium. It's quite cool how this sort of workflow, and I really enjoy this part of the process because it's just sort of exploring the shapes, exploring what can you do with these different stamps. I kind of like these grates. Sort of adds to the whole kind of construction aesthetic. We have a problem right over here, though. Did the model get out of whack? Isn't quite lining up the way I want it to. That's okay. It's just going to be a little asymmetrical, little asymmetric. So what we can do to do that is, what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the mirror mode, and we're going to come in here and we're going to add some asymmetry to the model. It's not a mistake. It's just add some asymmetry. No big deal. Little unique sort of design element. Let's see if I can make these kind of come from this little part right here. Isn't that kind of cool? Yeah, it's like the cables come out from this little section, and then we'll just pop a little bit of more detail to that, so it's not as boring, not so boring. Cool. I can put like one of these right here, kind of like a little attachment point. Nice. All right. So that's good for a first little pass. What we want to do now is we want to create a new sculpt layer, increase the resolution. We want to come in here. We want to add a new color. We want maybe like a darker color, maybe like a darker, like a black. And then we want to add some pieces to kind of maybe create a little contrast. This might be a little too dark of a color. Let's go a little bit less. What do we got? Let's try this one. And we just want to kind of add a little bit of variation in it. Don't want it to be all the same gray color. That might actually be not dark enough. Something like this, maybe? Yeah, that's fine. And we just want to come in here. Maybe if there's like a area that doesn't have anything, just add a few of these. Just to kind of break it up a bit. Break up the model. A little variation. You don't want everything to be gray. It's kind of boring when it's all gray. Still need some stuff under here. Maybe there's like one of these things. Like maybe there's like an attachment you can add. If you have like tow hooks or something like that. A couple attachment points. Maybe make this a little bit bigger. I have another one right here. Make that bigger. One thing we forgot to do is turn the mirror back on. Whoops. But that's okay because it'll just add a little asymmetry to it. And asymmetry in your models is not a bad thing. It creates more interesting shapes and helps the model quite a bit. But we just sort of want to cover this section with a bit of these, so it's not as gross, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. Let's kind of put some of these in here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and detail these separately. Each side, but that's okay. I'm trying to get it to be like in here. Cover some of this stuff. Okay, you can still see a bit of the treads where I kind of took off the tank treads of this bulldozer. That's okay. I'll just cover it up. All right, let's turn mirror off again. Try to remember to turn it on once we're done. Okay. One on that side, one kind of on this side. Nope, not like that. Okay, I'll just have it on one side, and then we'll use something else for this side. Let's see what we got. Seems to be a pretty good piece. We'll do it like this. And just like that. It's very interesting how much a little bit of detail goes a long way for these. Is quite cool. I'm gonna do something with these. Put this one right here. Put this one right here. I kind of like how those are on the back. Let's go ahead and turn mirror back on and let's get these to pop in real quick. I like this idea that you could like attach things to the back. Maybe it needs to pull stuff. Adding to that sort of construction kind of aesthetic. Always cool to have these little hooks off the back of these mechs. Very cool. What else can we do? A little detail here to kind of cover that up. Yeah. As you can see, I tried to center this up as best as possible, but Medium was being a little bit fickle, so it's okay. I'll try to add some detailed bits right here. Yeah, no, not that. Definitely not that. Something like this is help. Does that help a little bit? It helps a little bit. Little details on the side. Like something like that. We'll do another one on the other side. Easy. Okay. And then maybe something coming out the back of the foot. That kind of helps. And then we'll kind of cover this little section up. No, we don't want to reuse that one. What else we got? What is this one? This would probably be pretty cool. Something square and blocky. No. Let's see. What else we have? Something like this, maybe. If we can like attach this, sort of like that. Yeah. Let's do it reversed. Let's do it like that. That's cool. Okay. What is this? Can we use this to kind of make a thing? Yeah. There we go. That kind of goes through the side. That's kind of interesting. Go through both. Nope. Put something like that. Nope. Something like that. And then maybe one in here. It's kind of like a little section. I know I have one of these that I could use right here. Can't get it quite right. Yeah, that's not exactly the way I wanted it. Let's try this one. Close. Let's do it more at an angle. Sometimes you have to turn off grid snap. Angle snap, I mean. And that kind of helps you line it up better. Something like... something like that. And I feel like we need a dark gray piece inside of here. Give it a little bit more variation. That's cool. And then this sort of feels like it needs a thing. Awesome. This is looking a little strange. Can we do it on both sides? I think we can. And let's see if we can put this to go across. Let's turn angle snap back on. That'll maybe help. I like that. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. It's cool. That kind of looks a little weird, but you know what? Let's do some more asymmetry. Add a little bit of a something. It's kind of like right here. Yeah, that's cool. And then we'll put one in the middle. No. That? No, that doesn't look good. No. All right. That's kind of cool. It's not bad. Let's see if we can use the erase. Let's do really high steady stroke, and we're gonna try to draw a straight line through this, like that. Kind of give it like a hook. Let's make it in the middle. Not quite. There we go. It's kind of like a little hook. Let's go back to adding things. I feel like there needs to be something right here. Oh yeah, sometimes Medium messes up and thinks that it won't update the tool to be green. It'll be red, and that's for delete, but you can still draw with it, which is strange. To fix that, all you have to do is go back to like a regular shape, go to add, see that it's green, and then you can go back, and then it's back to being green. Let's turn the mirror back on. Just finishing up a few details here and there. Kind of putting it together. Nice. One thing we can do is we can try to fix parts of the model. See, like this is kind of messed up. Let's just add something back in. We have to do it individually? I think we do. Turn mirror mode off. And sort of guess where you want it. Let's go ahead and do a quick save. Turn the snap off. Just orient to sculpt. What does that do? I don't know. Okay. I don't like it like that. I want the dots to be on the outside. Let's see what else we have. What do we have in here? Do we have anything? Yeah, kind of fix this. Oh, okay. Let's take this. Let's use this. And let's do a little bit of erasing here. Let's kind of clean this part up a bit. Get rid of these handles. Awesome. Very cool. We put something on the top? Would that be something we do? I think so. It's kind of got this style. Okay, hold on. It's kind of got this sort of cool style where it's almost like they found a bulldozer and then just sort of put mech legs on it. That's kind of a interesting concept. Yeah, maybe they added more lights to the top. Little attachments here and there. And we just sort of keep adding things. Let's go back to this little light gray layer. And we'll add some little details to it. So what we can do is we can use the eyedrop on these. I can add them in. What do we got? What was a good spot for right here? Like this and like this? And like that, maybe? straight. There we go. And then we'll put it. Why not? Let's get straight. There we go. Perfect. Couple holes right here. No big deal. Let's just put some whatever. You know? Something like that. Okay. Let's see what else can we add to this. I think this is pretty much the way I wanted it. Pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and save this. I don't think there's anything else I'd want to add that I could think of with these pieces. I need maybe go in and add some more kit bashing pieces. Let's see if there's something we can do over here to kind of make the engine look a little bit better. No, nothing like that. Let's see. You can have one of these kind of going off like some sort of power source. Let's go back to this layer. Let's change the color back to dark gray. And then let's try to maybe put some things like that. Let's go back to that asymmetrical idea. And let's just cover this. Like that. Perfect. That's really cool. And then we can add like a bit of a thing to kind of connect it to the rest. Try and just line this up. There we go. Okay. Pretty cool. Maybe put something in here. Why not? Not bad. Do I want to add anything to the cockpit? I don't think so. I think I kind of want to leave the cockpit as is. It's kind of cool. You can kind of pretend like you're in the cockpit when you're doing it in VR. Yeah. It's kind of neat. Maybe I'll add like a... I wish I had some panels or something I could like kind of maybe add a couple of those. That'd be kind of nice. But no. Just a few things. Maybe there's like a... Oh yeah, what I did want to do in terms of in here, let's kind of clean this up a bit. So take the... Not that. Take this. Is this on the same layer? No. take this. No. Is that on the same layer? I think it is. I might have put it on the wrong layer, folks. That needs to go. That's not good. Let's select this. Let's go into the erase. And let's take it out. I'm trying to make it more square. Yeah. That's what I thought. It is part of the same layer. Alright, well we made a little bit of a mistake, but that's okay because we're almost done. Just getting rid of a little bit of this extra. And that kind of cleans up the cockpit a little bit. Nah, I'll leave that. That looks kind of cool. I like how that kind of looks. Alright, what else can we do? I think we do one more thing. Always like to add little antennas on top, maybe. At least on one side. And then we'll go in here, we'll do this, we'll go to add. Make the size pretty small. Make sure the stroke all the way up. And add something like that. Let's not do that. Let's do a more like that. There we go. That's nice. Is it missing any little sections? Nope. That's cool. So there we go. That is our Kitbashed mech with the bulldozer, photogrammetry bulldozer inside. Let's go ahead and let's save this. And saving. And then let's sort of put it over here and admire it. Like, ooh, look at that. Ah. Pretty cool. Make it big. Because a bulldozer is probably about that big. Not sure. One little thing right here that we want to get rid of. Just a little bit of cleanup on some of these sections. Makes it a little bit better. I don't love that. Let's just add something real quick. While we're here, might as well. Before we exit, just one little bit. Something that can kind of go like that. Let me flip that over. That's better. I like the idea of they just sort of attached whatever they could find to this bulldozer that was maybe in a junkyard or I don't know, wherever. I don't like that. That's cool. And then we'll call this a model. Yeah, we'll go ahead and call this a model. Let's see, file, save, and that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed watching me turn this into a mech. Really enjoyed it. It was really fun. Haven't done this in over a year, so toodaloo.